So this video is going to be about a decision I have to make pretty soon, and it has to be really, really soon. And I need to make a decision and fast. It's basically about me going to visit my dad in Mexico again. Last time I went, it wasn't the best vacation I've had, and it had been about 12 years since I've seen my dad since last time I went. And if you know me, you know that I was born in Mexico, and I I came here when I was 1.5 with my mom and dad. They were married at the time, and later on, when I turned around 7 or 8, they divorced. And my dad went to Oakland. He lived in Oakland for a while. Me and my mom stayed here in San Francisco, and it was really hard because my whole time I've always had a really close bond with my dad and not with my mom. My mom I've barely seen. I would barely see her during the day. I would see her mostly at night, and it was just for me to go to sleep, like her tuck me in. So I would be with my dad all the time, and I never really shared a moment with my mom. So when I did was when he left, and basically the only thing that I would talk to her about was my dad, and I would blame her because he left. I would tell her that it was her fault and all just like this mean stuff that I would say to her that I really didn't mean. So, after when my dad left, I couldn't go see him to Mexico because I didn't have papers. And I recently got papers 3 years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago. And I had my mom never wanted to tell me why they divorced, and for a while I thought it was my fault that I got him mad or something, typical kid stuff. But when I sat down, my mom told me, she was like, "You'll find out." She was like, "You'll understand on your own. I won't have to tell you nothing." So when when I sat down one day to really think about it, think why my dad, excuse me, oh god, sorry, to think why my dad oh, to think when my dad left, um he would blame a lot my mom, but it wasn't really my mom, it was my dad. He cheated on my mom a couple times, and a few of those times I was there with him when he would go visit the other girls he would be messing with. And I never wanted to confront him on the phone because I knew he, when you talk to somebody or text somebody, they could switch up the story real quick and you can't see the reaction. I wanted to go see my dad. I wanted to see his face. I wanted to complain to him face to face. I wanted to see him. So when I went, everything was cool. We just kicked it for a while. He has another wife now. He's married and he has another kid, which is the same age as my sister here. My sister is 7 years old and her name is Alondra. She is a sister through my mom's side and she has a different dad. And my other sister in Mexico is the same age. They're a month apart and their name is the same. I know. So that's that. He has a new family, and when I went, I don't know if the lady didn't like me or. Come on, okay, let's be real. I have an attitude. I have an attitude that not a lot of people can stand. I have an attitude that not a lot of people can understand where it's coming from. And if you know me, you know where it's coming from and why. You know why I'm angry a lot inside, but after I had my baby, my attitude hasn't been really the same. It's went down a lot with a few people. And anyways, back to my dad's story. So when I went, there was this fair going on for a whole month, and like they would give free concerts every day. And so me and my dad went a couple times, and then he took me to this club where him and his wife met, and we were just having a good time, drinking. Cause in Mexico, you could drink basically at any age, so you know. Anyways, so we were drinking and stuff and having a good time. But that day, well, before we left, it was raining. She got mad because she couldn't go because of her daughter. Her daughter was 6 at the time. I think 5, 6 at the time. So she would fall asleep really quick, or it would be really late for her. So she couldn't really be out. So my dad and I left. We didn't care. We just said we're gonna be back later, and we were gone. When we were getting in the car, she told my dad, she was like, "Oh, um, you have to be home. You have family to take care of, and all this other shit." And I didn't know what she was saying. And then she told him that I was taking him away from her, that I was taking her husband away from her, and uh, I was taking her daughter's dad away. And my dad told me. He told me what she said when he came back in the car. And he knew that I was gonna say something. He knew, but I didn't. I didn't because that's his family, and I had to have some respect for that. But it really pissed me off when I called my mom. I texted my mom, and I was just pissed off. I was like, fuck that bitch. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna have fun with my dad. He said we're gonna go out. We're gonna go out. So the whole night I was just like, I just really wanted to slap the fuck out of her because that's my dad too. Like, they've only been in his life for so long. I'm 19 now, and that's been my dad for 19 years. So she has to suck it up, if she likes it or not. But anyway, so then I finally confronted him about it, and I have a brother who passed away from both sides of my mom and my dad. He would be right now, I think, 19, 20, 21, about 21 or 22. I think 21 going on 22. But he would, he, we went to go visit him at his grave. I went to go wash it, clean it, because it had been a while since they had done maintenance on it. So I wanted to do it because it was my first time visiting him. And that day, my dad, he was just crying. He was bawling. He was crying, begging me for forgiveness, and like just telling me that he didn't mean it and all this stuff, and he didn't know that he hurt me. And I told him straight up, I was like, you don't have to apologize to me because you didn't hurt my feelings. Well, he did hurt my feelings, but I told him the one you have to apologize to is my mom, because that's who he cheated on. That's who he had a marriage with and basically fucked it all up. And they were married through the church, so it was a big deal that he did that. And I was like, you don't have to apologize to me. Go apologize to my mom. But that was that. He didn't do shit. And now I'm thinking if I should go visit him again or not. But this time if I go, I'm not going to stay at his house. I'm going to stay with my grandma. And what the fuck was that? Sorry, I'm by myself and it's scary. I be hearing shit. Watch. Just listen. Anyways, okay. So I'm thinking if I should go, and this time if I go because I have a baby, my baby's dad and his family want me to go take my baby to see his grandma, and I don't have a problem with it. I want to take him, I really do, cause I have no issues with her at all. This would be my first time meeting her too, and I think it's important for me to meet her because my baby's dad hasn't been able to see his mom since he was a baby. I think probably, I don't know if the same age as my baby or younger. I just know what he has told me, but I want to at least get to meet her so he feels like we have a connection with her. But it's hard because issues that I've had here with his family, I just don't feel as comfortable going. I don't feel comfortable staying there a few days. I don't know, just something in my gut just not letting me go. Like, I want to go, but then I don't. Because if I go over there, there's no way. Because it's 6 hours away from where I'm from, where I live, where my dad lives. It's 6 hours away, so it's going from here to Disneyland, like from here to LA. So my dad is not gonna be able to just, if I call him like, I don't want to be here, come pick me up, he's not gonna be able to just go get me. Especially with all this shit going in Mexico. So I really have to think about my choice. And not just that when I went, I almost got stranded in Arizona. The plane almost left me when I was on my way back from Mexico to San Francisco. So, and I was by myself with like 2 bags. Now imagine if I'm with my son and with bags. I'm gonna get stranded somewhere. So I don't know. It's just a lot of things to think about. And if you guys really want to know more about like the situation with my mom and my dad and my brother and my sisters, just let me know and I'll talk about it. Probably will later on, but not right now. But I really think it's a, I mean, not think, I know it's a hard decision I have to make if I go now or wait till later. And also, like, his family wants to take him. Like, I think, I don't remember if it was my sister-in-law who told me. She was like, she would take him. I'm not gonna let my baby go to Mexico on his own. He's 8 months. Has not been apart from me longer than just the time that he's in daycare. So, no, I'm not gonna let that happen. It's not that I don't trust them, because I do, with my baby only, but I don't feel comfortable letting my baby go by himself. Well, not really by himself, with his aunties, but still. And also, yeah, I think that's it. I just need to let everything out at some point and just mix fucking names, make up scenarios, because then people are just gonna talk shit and I'm not in the mood for it, because this is my YouTube channel. This is where I get to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And if nobody likes it, then you guys can unsubscribe, get the fuck out of here, go look something up, go on your Facebook, go on your YouTube, go on something, but get out of mine. But, yeah, basically, oh yeah, and I'm gonna try this today if my wisdom tooth starts to hurt again, because it's hurting a lot. And this is baby because it's my son's when he was teething, but I'm thinking I could try it and just put him back because it's hurting a lot because it's coming out. So if you guys come up with something, just let me know, because I don't know what to do. Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram at It's Cassie Though, ITSKASSYTHO, and I'll follow you back. Or yeah, I'll follow you back. Alright.